Looks like Chronic Ballistic just had a poor restart again, and oh, Gunner's out of the race. He's crashed in the front back straight somehow. Is that going to be another safety car? Where's his car? That's on the left side. Oh my goodness. Another safety car comes out. What is these safety cars? What is this? Oh my goodness, that's our third safety car. Thanks for the invite, Vintage. I don't really need that. It was just a timeout from the stream. Right, so Gunnar crashed on the back straight, and now we have our third safety car in 8 laps. What is this race? Wow. Yes, Becca, there was a third safety car. The only reason why is because of a crash at the back straight by Gunnar. So that is why we have now 3 safety cars. We haven't had one clean lap of racing. Of all the tracks in wet conditions, I would not expect France out of all of them to be like this. Alright, so anyway, looks like there's a bit of position changes while I was getting all myself sorted out. Looks like the racing points are now 2 and 3. Joseph Morales is actually up to 4th now, and Captain Infinity is now in the top 5. So, and Dylan's up into 6 as well. So, these guys have moved up 7 positions, and Dylan has moved up 4. Maniac moved up 8 positions after starting off in, looks like in 15th. And then Vintage is now up to 8th after starting 17th. Wow. What an interesting race overall. I'm just hoping we can at least do a few laps of green flag racing. We haven't even had more than one. Oh my goodness. I kind of expect this if it was like Monaco. Like, I would understand that, but like in France where it's so wide open, no, probably not. As looks like a Ferrari's going to the pits, and yeah, that is Santa that's coming in. And add to is, whoa, Santa has a 5-second penalty for speed in the pits. I guess he forgot that. Oh, he's going to the inters. And coming out as well. Gunnar is leaving the session after that crash. I don't know why, but I think it's a little bit too early to go for the inters. It's still too much standing water on the track. And the weather's still very wet. So I don't know why Senator's going to the inters. Maybe they're in the lane of the race. I don't know. But I would not pit right now. I would not have pitted for inters. Yes, Cryptic Alibi. Water is wet. Thank you. It's too much standing water. If it was inters, the water would basically running off. It wouldn't be like, you wouldn't have puddles and everything like that, really. Imagine the racer ever has talked to for the comments. Ah, Nanda. So, yeah, I think Alibi has a good point there. But focus on you driving, man. Stop worrying about the comments. But anyways. No, he's got a point, though, if you looked at the comments. He said that we used up all 3 of the safety cars, so this should be now just VSCs. But knowing the game, I don't trust that. I feel like it'll be somehow we get another one in the mix. Oh, my. That is a very big backup there in the pack that Potstuff just did. He's led every lap, but it's not under green flag. Well, at least one is, but the majority of them have been under safety car conditions. All right, can we get some more green flag racing? Hopefully we can. All right, we're back into green flag racing once again. Potstuff is in the lead, Baseman in second, and Menace Max in third. Joseph Moranos in fourth, and Captain Infinity in fifth. Dylan in 6th, and then Maniac in 7th. ALR Vitch has gone up to 8th. Andy Lou in 9th, and then Scorpio right now is your top 10. And it looks like Potstuff had a good restart as well. He's already built up a 1-second gap by the 3rd corner as well, so he's doing pretty well himself. Very nice helicopter cam, by the way, provided there. Although I wouldn't understand why we need a helicopter in these kind of conditions, but very nice either way. Looks like Potstuff might have lost some time there too, as he's lost about 3/10 out of the 2 last corners as well. So Baseman's gonna get closer to him, it looks like. Let's hope we can go under green flag conditions. And Andy Lou looks like he's having a little bit of skirmish with ALR Vintage into the chicane. He's gonna try to go for a switchback. I don't think he can get the switchback done. And he's losing another position as well, losing to Scorpa. And here comes Scorpa with a big run. He's getting ahead of Vintage up into 8th place. Santa has a penalty as well. And oh, we got a yellow as well. It's Joseph Morados in the wall. Oh my goodness, and oh my goodness. Thank goodness this car is ghosted. Otherwise that would have been a very nasty incident. Meanwhile, a little bit more skirmishes at the back. Young Tommy on the outside and into turn 13, right next to Bearded Dave. Still side by side. Looks like he cannot get the move done. Bearded Dave covers them up a little bit more. And oh, a little bit collision there with Chronoballistic and the McLaren. And the 2 McLarens are side by side right now at the moment. Potstuff has finally got another fast lap of the race. So they finally got more than 1 lap out of the way of green flag racing. Thank goodness. And it looks like Andy Lou's got on the inside. Oh, he's made contact, I think, with Vintage. His car ghosted, and the McLarens went through him. And here comes FaZe Bailey going the inside. What a daring move by the McLaren of FaZe Bailey as he moves up into 8th place. Nice move there. So now the Alfa Romeo Vintage is in a McLaren sandwich, and here comes Young Tommy getting by the McLaren of Sweet MJP. Into now 10th place. Let's see if we can find any battles from the front. And yeah, we got Potstuff and Baseman right now half a second from each other, but seems like we got more battles more at the back in towards the midfield. And Sweet MJ gets a 3-second time penalty there, multiple warnings. Sam seems to be struggling there on the interiors. I could understand that since he did pit for them. I thought that was a bit of a too early call there, obviously. Young Tommy trying to get a move done on Vintage. He had a great run, but he just had to park his car there right behind him as he could not find a way to get by him. He's going to go for the outside move into turn 13. Nice move there by the Renault, but I think he might have gone a little bit too deep. No, he's actually perfectly fine. So he's going to go into 9th place. So good move. In one of the harder places to overtake, I'd say. Captain Finney now goes into the pits. Baseman's actually got the fastest lap of the race now, and we are, oh, okay, so there's a pit window. So lap 13 to 19 is calling for another stop, but I don't think it's necessary to pit under wet condition, but I mean, unless wets are that much of a has much dig, I don't know. Anyway, here comes Cryptic Alibi ahead of Product Ballistic up into 11th place. He's got a run though on Sweet MJP, but he's battling with ALR Vintage going to the inside into turn 3. He's got the move done, I think. No, not quite. He's going to go on the outside. He's gone a little bit too deep, but he's got the move done into turn 5. Good move there. Dylan's also got by, or no, Cryptic Alibi, excuse me, he's got by Vintage up into 10th place. So Vintage has lost 2 positions out of 2 corners. So Cryptic Alibi goes into 10th. ALR Vintage goes up down to 11th. Meanwhile, though, Chronicle Listic, it looks like will overtake Vintage as well. He goes into 11th place. Vintage has now lost 3 positions and within about 400 meters. So not been the greatest lap for him so far. And it looks like everyone's kind of getting split up a little bit there. But, oh, a little bit of scrap here between the McLaren and the Renault into Le Bossier. And young Tommy's got the move done around the outside. I think he's got the move done. He's on overtake, though, which is very interesting. And you've got yellow flags as a Haas. It's Crazy Bill into the wall on the outside of near Le Bossier. He's got front wing damage, so he's going to have to pit. Captain Finney has also gone to the pit. And we've got another safety car out. That's the... There's your 4th one. And that was because of Crazy Bill's crash. Wow. What is all these safety cars, man? Alright, so 14 laps. We've had 4 safety cars. And 4 laps of green flag racing. Wow. This has been interesting indeed. So some people have gone into the pits for inters, which is Captain Fiddy, Sweetie MJP, and Bearded Dave, and Sanith. I'm going to try to look and see what the conditions look like on board. I still say it's a little too soon. Although it does look like it's lining up a little bit. Actually, no, it does look like it's actually lining up now. But there's still too much standing water. So, well, I would say you have to stay out a little bit longer from the wets. No, I'm just saying that championship's going to have to be delayed by 30 minutes. Probably with all these safety cars that we've been having. Oh, poor Becca. Be past her bedtime by the time the championship starts. Okay, now everyone's going to the pits. Okay, so they are going for intermediates. Okay, so probably Jeff's telling them to go in, as Menace Max has a 5-second penalty for speed in the pits, so that could be costly indeed in the race. Scorpa, though, stays out. So that means he'll take the lead of the race, and it's a double stack at Racing Point. So that is not good for Menace Max either, as he's not only got a 5-second penalty, but he also has to deal with the double stack by his teammate. Oh, so they all pitted for new wet tires. Interesting, okay. So Scorpa stays out with the old wet. Yeah, that's true. He also served his penalty and now he has it back. The 5-second penalty. So Scorpa in the Mercedes takes the lead of the race. The provisional race leader is down to 4th. And he's on a brand new set of wets. I'm curious to see though how the intermediate guys are going to go out though too. What was Crazy Bill on? What was it? He was on wet, wasn't he? Yeah. I'm guessing what happened was that he must have like used too much of the throttle as the scene corner, which is turn 10, and then just lost it. Yeah, like I said, it is a flat-out corner, but in wet conditions, it's very, very challenging. You can't really do that. You have to like be gentle with the throttle around that corner, regardless how much of it flat out you want to be. You have to use probably within like half of the throttle to just even get around that corner, really. No. Oh, I took a ball of Coke and I don't want to sleep. If you took a ball of Coke, I don't think you're going to be sleepy for a bit, my guy. Oh, looks like there's a bit of contact there with the Mercedes and the Renault. Surprisingly, that didn't give him a severe collision penalty. So, looks like we're waiting on Seth, who's on the intermediates. We've had only 15 laps, 4 of them with green flag, and majority of them have been... Oh, hello. What's going on here? Oh, Cryptic Alibi's going to the pit lane. So, what, is he going to be changing to the wets, or is he going to the inters? I want to see what he does. And he goes onto the wets. Smart call there. Meanwhile, Joseph Aradas has done 15 laps on those same wets that he started on early in the race. So it'd be interesting to see if he goes to the very end or if he's going to have to pit at some point. Now Crazy Bill's has joined. I'm guessing he's having a little bit of connection issues. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to explain most of this stuff that's been happening. 4 laps of green flag racing, 4 safety cars out of the 16 laps we have been doing. And of all the tracks we've been doing at is at France, the most wide open track on the F1 calendar. And there's a green line on the top of the safety car. Now, why is that indicated on? Oh, I'm going to lose my mind in a bit. Or something. Normally when that happens, that indicates that you can pass the safety car, but these are lead packs. Cryptic Alibi is saying that, drive your car, man! Stop texting and driving! Well, tell Jeff that he's incompetent. I mean, anyone would be a better engineer than that bloke. Alright, so FaZe Bailey, I think, is going to the pits. It's just a way of going to the pits, too. I think a lot of drivers I've been seeing has been going to the pits more. Cryptic, really. Becca Jones reporting Cryptic for using a phone behind the wheel. Somehow he has like a pocket holder in the cockpit so he can use his phone. Oh wait, if he uses his phone out in the middle of the track, how is it still working? Is it waterproof? Cryptic, you have time for a question? I'm nudging for the Daily News thing. I think I've been reading more of the comments really than I have been looking at the race in general. But we haven't had more than 4 laps of green flag racing. So I don't know how to make of this, to be fair. This man could set the fastest lap better than this. Sure, put it on like hard slick tires and we can have it go on the track with these conditions. Anyway, safety car lights are off, and Bird Mylander will go back to his natural habitat. I think Bird Mylander should be driver of the day, really, because he's been out on the track more than anyone else has, to be fair. And he's done more laps than everyone else has. Is there rain? I would say yes, because it does not look like it's. Well, actually, it's lighting up a little bit now, from the way it looks. But it looks like it's going to be more intermediate conditions. All right. Well, anyway, a few cars have gone to the pits. Looks like one of the Mercedes did. That's Chrono Ballistic. Green flag, and hopefully a little bit more cleaner this time. But Young Tommy can't pass this Mercedes until he gets to the control line. Now he can do it. So, is he going to go for the outside move into turn one is the question, though. On the outside, the Renault gets ahead of him. So, good restart by Young Tommy as he got ahead. Potstuff has a 3-second time penalty with multiple warnings, so that could be very costly in the race. We'll have to wait and see. But, yeah, Young Tommy is in the lead of the French Grand Prix. Good restart, though, by Young Tommy. Just good move around the outside of the turn one. That's a very hard place to do it, too, at turn one, over that little bit of the crest. But, yeah, right now it's Young Tommy from Scorpot to Potstuff to Basement to Dylan. And a few have gone into the pits for inters. That was Joseph Veranos, Andy Liu, and Chronic Ballistic that went into the pits for intermediate tires. And I'll be honest, I think the intermediates might be the best tire on the way it looks. And yeah, now it's gotten a little bit more of a running condition. Oh, we've got a Ferrari, I think. Who was that? Oh, it's Bearded. Oh, never mind. That's a Haas. That's Bearded Dave. All right, so that's sector 2, 3 yellow flags that will not bring out a safety car. So we can still continue. But yeah, I think this is the time for everyone to go into the pits for intermediates who hasn't gone in yet. Yeah, oh, Scopa! Oh, he's around! He's spun around. He's facing the wrong way. Too. He can't really, can he go into the pits? Face Bailey at 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane. And Face Bailey has retired from the race. I'm guessing he must have suffered some damage. But yeah, Captain Infinity, though, has got to be the better advantage because he's on the intermediate tires and he's got a lot of pace compared to everyone else that's on the wet tires. Yeah, there you go. He's ahead of his teammate into second place. Yeah, everyone's now coming to the pits for intermediate tires, as you can see. So Captain Infinity could be in the lead of this race. As we got yellow flags in sector 2. I'm trying to see who that is. Oh, there it is. That's Baseman, the championship contender. I think he's got damage as well. Oh, my goodness. Oh! Oh! How did he not make contact with Joseph Murado? I don't know. But yeah, Captain Infinity, he is flying right now at the moment. He's lapping much, much quicker than everyone on the wet tires. I think this race should take the lead by the time we get into turn 13. Oh, he had to cut a little bit of that corner there at Lavoisier. Young Tommy didn't give him much room. Oh, it's a Haas again. That's around. I think that's Crazy Bill. Yeah, it is. He's got off at the same corner, but he's managed to keep the car going. And there you go. I'm sorry to go for that, but look into that. But anyways, Captain Infinity is now in the lead of the race. And I think this is the first time he's actually led a Grand Prix as well. So Captain Infinity will lead his very first lap of the season. And then you got Sweet MJ not far behind in second place. Yeah, everyone's coming in. Hot Stuff, the pole sitter, it has to come in for a new set of insers. Yeah, everyone's coming in now. So Joseph Murados actually should take fourth place ahead of everyone else. Actually third now. So everything has changed dramatically now. The intermediates have definitely paid off for the ones that went into the pits very early. Oh, Captain Finney has damage. How did he get that? He's missing the left end plate. Oh, so that might be a big disadvantage for the Williams. But can he hold on is the question, though. I mean, it doesn't seem like he's doing... He doesn't even seem like he's suffering, though. Oh, he's lost about 2/10 out of that corner. Yeah, that corner is a little bit hard if you don't have your front wing, obviously. But yeah, look at the gap between first and second, between the top two compared to third. 15 seconds. That early strategy call, and Captain Finney's got a penalty now, but yeah, by pitting very early for the intermediates, that was actually the right call. And yes, they can go to the very end, as long as they don't wear the tires too much. But we'll have to see it towards the end of the race how this will play out. But yeah, it looks like Captain Finney though has lost a lot of time. Yeah, out of the last corner, I would say, because he's struggling. Obviously, with no front wing, or at least no end plate. So we'll go right on board with the McLaren of Sweet MJP. Of course, looking for redemption after last time out. Of course, not having a great race in Spain, but he's looking to take the race win if he can. Cryptic Alibi now has the fastest lap of the race. Yeah, you can see though that Captain Affinity is definitely struggling there with no front wing. Menace Max is a 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane. I think someone else did too. I didn't get a chance to read who that was. And Baseman is retired. Oh, he's retired in the pits. Okay. So that will not bring out a safety car. Captain Infinity trying to do his best he can to at least hold off that McLaren, because he's about 14 seconds ahead of Joseph, and Joseph's actually gained a second out of that. So maybe if those two keep battling, or Captain Infinity holds them up, maybe we could see Joseph possibly in this, but we'll have to see. Scorpion gets a 3-second time penalty there for multiple warnings, and we got yellow flags from looks like a racing point. Or is that just a... Oh, it's just a local yellow. Okay. Yeah, you can see that Sweet MJP is like trying to get closer to that Williams, but Joseph's gained some time. Even though he's further back, I don't think you should count him out. I feel like with these two battling, you can probably somewhat get close into this. Young Tommy has now set the fastest lap of the race with a 1:42.3. Now Cryptic Alibi follows that up with a 42.2. We'll have to see if let's see if how this will pan out though. We have about 6 more laps into this race. But Captain Infinity doing actually a pretty darn good job defending with all his might, especially with that front wing damage. Yeah, because he's got Sweet MJP all over him, but he just cannot find a way to get past him. I think this might be the case now. He's trying to weave his way through, but here comes Sweet MJP. Oh, he had to back off there a bit, going to the sink corner. Anyway, we'll look at that in a bit, but I think Dylan's starting to get closer now too. Oh, Joseph's had a bit of a moment there at a sink corner. He almost lost it. I saw his car going completely sideways going across the track. Very surprised how he caught it too, so great effort to catch the car. I'll look at the pens in a minute. Oh, wait. Scorpio is out of the race. He's crashed at C corner. Now it's a virtual safety car, so that's the very first one for VSC. Okay, there's your penalty situation. Top 3 have 3 seconds. Chronic Ballistic has 12 seconds. Maniac has 8 seconds. One of them is a 5-second penalty. Pots up has 6 seconds of penalties. Andy Lewis 3. Sanath has 3. Crazy Bill has 6. And Menace Max has 5. That is your penalty situation. But yeah, Captain Infinity, though, after starting from 11th of the grid, he started in 12th. This has actually been a really good race. If anyone gets driver of the day, I probably would have to say it would go to this man, for sure. If he wins this race, it would be something else. And he's got a good restart, too. 2.2 seconds clear of Sweet MJP. But Joseph is 10 seconds back. But here comes Dylan going to the inside into turn 8. Does he get the move done ahead of him? He's got the inside line. He has to go to the outside now. Wants to force his way around the outside, and I think he's got it. So Dylan's now moved up into 3rd place. So good move there by the AlphaTauri. But he's going to have a little bit of catch-up to do. Does he have time? He has no penalties either, so let's look at this. Let me look at the situation again. So he has to be within 3 seconds ahead, or excuse me, 3 seconds behind the cars ahead of him. Bird Highlander gets driver of the day. Hey, I did say that. Shatters. All right, here we go. Lap 24 of 27 of this French Grand Prix. 1.4 seconds is the gap between the Williams and the McLaren. Dylan, though, is 10.1 seconds. That's how much he has to gain, about 7 seconds to at least get close to the cars ahead of him, as long as he doesn't get a penalty. Yeah, now the gap went from 2.2 seconds from the restart, and now 5 tenths, or 6 tenths. Kute Alba has another penalty against him. But I don't know if Dylan has enough time to catch him, though, is the question, is the thing. Because they're so far ahead. Yeah, there you go. There he is in the background. Actually, that gap's closed. 9.9 seconds. He has to probably do 2-3 seconds lap faster than the cars ahead of him, basically, if he wants to catch up very, very fast. 9.8 seconds right now is the gap. 3 tenths separate between the top 2. But also, not to mention that young Tommy is starting to breathe down his neck as well in that Renault. And he also doesn't have a penalty as well. So if those two get close to the top 2 ahead of him, we could see a switch between the top 2. All right, so Captain Infinity trying everything he can, though, just defend that McLaren. And we will now start lap 25 or 27. 3 more laps left into the race. Gap is now 8.9 seconds. He has to gain another 2 seconds on this lap to get a little bit more closer. Yeah, Dylan is using every single bit of energy in that battery just to at least get close to those cars. But the question is, does he have time to catch them? Does he have time to at least get them at least? Three tenths separate between the top 2. 8.2 seconds right now between Dylan and Sweet MJP. Yeah, he's just riding all over the back of him at the moment. I think he's just going to wait until the last lap just to pounce on him. Yeah, Sweet MJP is using every single bit of that energy, and same with Captain Infinity. And he's going to go for a move on the outside. Does he go for a switchback in the seat corner? No, he can't. Captain Infinity just parks the car there in a perfect spot there. Captain Infinity, though, had a tough time, though, through Le Bossier. He needs some front wing for that corner for sure. And, oh, Joseph Moraz is out of the race. The man that was in 3rd at one point of the 4th restart is out. He's crashed at the exit of Scene Corner. But anyways, here comes Sweet MJP on the outside into the final quarter. He goes. I think he's going to go around the outside and get better traction, and I think he's going to get the lead. He does get the lead. So Sweet MJP takes the lead of the Grand Prix with 2 laps to go. But does Captain Infinity have a response to that? No, he does not. He has to stay back from the McLaren. Good move there by Sweet MJP, though. Cryptic Alibi gets another fastest lap of the race, so he's going in much better pace. But Dylan is catching. He's 5.9 seconds. He needs to gain another 2 seconds to get to at least the top 2. But young Tommy is not far behind. He's only about right behind his rear diffuser. 5.3 seconds, 5.2. The gap is closing down. This could come down to the final lap based on penalties, if this is going to be the case. And Sweet is starting to pull away now. I think this would now be the only time. I think Dylan can only fight now for second place, really. If he gets more closer to Captain Infinity, then yeah, he should be then he should be able to get second, but I don't think first will be in the picture for him. He's just too far away. Yeah, now the track's starting to dry out, as we should be getting close to the final lap of the race. Sam's gone to the soft tire, so he probably wants that fastest lap. Around the final corner he goes, so he'll start the final lap. Meanwhile, Pot Stuff has gone ahead of the Maniac into 7th place. Young Tommy going around the outside of Dylan into the final corner he goes. I think he's going to get ahead of him. He does. So he gets the final podium position at the moment, but this will probably come down to those two. Captain Infinity has lost so much time. That's such a shame. He was having such a good race until he had damage. I don't know how he got it, though. That's the thing. I didn't catch it. And I think he's going to lose out the podium as well, because, yeah, young Tommy and Dylan are closing in fast. They've gained about at least a second out of those last couple of corners. More times coming down, yeah. I think he's going to result going into 4th, really. But it looks like Sweet MJP has got this one in the bag from the way it looks. Unless young Tommy can get ahead of him very quick and have a mega 3rd sector, but that's gonna, I don't think he's got time to do it. And there's Cryptic Alibi. You see him in the background as well in the other Alpha Tower, but he's got penalties, so he won't move much. He probably will finish in the top 5, but definitely not on the podium for sure. And oh, what a move there by young Tommy into the Bossier. He gets ahead of him in 2nd place. But meanwhile, we'll have to go into, well, I gotta go to the McLaren for a minute. Sweet MJP. So I think this is going to be the 4th different race winner that we'll have in this League One series. Round the final corner he goes. Sweet MJP will come across the line to win the French Grand Prix. Young Tommy comes up in 2nd place, and it's a drag race to the line. Who's going to get it, though? I think Dylan's going to get ahead in 3rd, and Cryptic Alibi gets 4th. So Cryptic Alibi, who started from nearly from the back, finishes in 4th. Captain Infinity finishes in 5th place. Pot Stuff, after starting on pole, has to resort to 6th place. Just the strategy did not pay out for him. Chronic Ballistic finishes in 7th. ALR Vintage in 8th. The Maniac in 9th. Crazy Bill in 10th. Bearded Dave in 11th. Andy Lou will come home in... Actually, no, Bearded Dave jumps him on penalties. Andy Lou will come home in 11th place. Jumps him on penalties. And then Menace Max finishes in 13th. Zenith looks like he'll get the fastest lap of the race. And we'll come home in 14th. But there is your race winner there. Sweet MJP. Pretty much had the right strategy call. Hitting under the 3rd safety car, I think that was. But yeah, that was a great race overall. Interesting race, but there's your race winner there, Sweet MJP, taking the win from McLaren, and what a victory that was. If young Tommy may have had one more lap, I think he would have caught Sweet MJP on penalties. But there it is. Sweet MJP, young Tommy, and Dylan rounding off your podium. Good race overall. Victor Alvi starting from 18th, finishes in 4th. Good race from him, gaining 14 positions. Captain Infinity, I still have to give him props though. I mean, still to go that strong, even with a front wing damage, that's still a good drive. Finishing in the top 5, gotta give him props indeed. Pot Stuff will finish in 6th, Chronicalistic in 7th, ALR Vintage in 8th, Maniac in 9th, Beer Dave in 10th, Andy Lou in 11th, Crazy Bill in 12th, Mass Max in 13th, Staneth in 14th, and Joseph Morados will have to settle for 15th place. Scorpa, Basement, Bailey, Gunnar, and Hugh Janis are the cars that did not finish. But anyway, that has been the French Grand Prix. Crazy, chaotic, amazing race though. But yeah, I think I'll go ahead and wrap this up very quickly, as also the championship will get underway soon. Of course, they probably had to be delayed because of all the safety cars that we had. But anyway, next week we will be in China for the Chinese Grand Prix in Shanghai. Also, stay tuned also for the championship race that'll come on in just a few moments right here in Weekend Night Racing. Be sure to like, if you like this stream, make sure to like and also subscribe to Weekend Night Racing as well. My name is Katie1997. Have a great rest of your night, everyone, and take care.